What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my YouTube channel for another episode on high ticket closing and high ticket sales. Today I want to speak to you guys about, because look, there's been a lot of people that have reached out to me and have said to me that, hey, Jabran, I can't do what you're doing. I can't speak the way you're speaking, and I don't have that much energy, and I don't this and I don't that. And you know, a part of me actually says, well, how long do you want to be in your current situation? Because the current you has got the results that you've got right now. So in order for you to get the results that you've never got, you need to become who you've never been. And you know, you need to let go of the current you and become a new version of yourself in order to get, things that you've never had before. Because if you carry on doing what you've done, you'd always get what you've always got. But anyways, that's a whole different topic on what I learned within the personal development industry. But today I want to speak to you guys solely about appointment setting. Now, you guys all know about, as a high ticket closer, you take the sales calls that are already booked onto your calendar. You speak to people that are that are pretty much interested in whatever you're promoting. They're pretty qualified. Now, how do they end up on your calendar? Now, there's a number of ways that these guys do end up on your calendar, but I want to talk to you guys today about appointment setting, because this is one of the ways that these calls land on your calendar. Now, I'm going to try keeping this as layman as possible, because I'm dyslexic and I don't understand complicated things, and I can't complicate things anyway. So you're going to get it as layman as possible from me. And it simply is this. Think about the biggest influences that you know within business, sport, etc., etc. Now they may have a program or a training or a mastermind or something of high value that they give to the public. Now they get people DMing them, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook. Let's just stick on these two for now. You could even just solely stick on Instagram. So they have people DMing them and leaving comments on their posts about showing interest in what they're promoting. Now, they can't respond to all of these messages all at once. They can't speak to, hundreds of people all at once. And that's why they need remote appointment setters that can handle these conversations. Now, check how great and crazy this is. They handle these conversations. So they have like a generic script that they need to keep by and the kind of conversations that they need to have with these people. Now, all they do, guys, is maybe just ask them a few questions, answer a few questions. Once they've done that, they qualify them, they go through the script, and they can usually do this within a couple of minutes. It can literally be done within a couple of texts, a couple of messages back and forth. Once you've done that, all you need to do is get that person, qualify them, and get them to book a call to speak to one of the closers and one of the sales teams. Now, when they do that, some companies actually give you a base salary. They give you a commission on the deal. I'll get to that. But they give you, let's just say $20, $30, $40 for every call that you've booked as well. So you'll have a base and you'll get money for every call that you've booked. But I want to leave these two for now, because that's just like, maybe having another job, probably paying you double or triple. What I want to talk to you about is the appointment setting that, you're responding to tons of these messages. Now, once you've booked the call for the influencer and you book the call on the closer's calendar. Now, let's just say they come onto my calendar. I speak to them. I answer their questions, figure out what problems that they're having, give them a good solution, show them how we can help them, and I get them over the line and I sign them up or enroll them into the program that we're promoting. Now, let's just say on average, I've sold 100K packages, 50K, 20K, 5K, but let's just keep this average. Let's just say the program was $10,000. It was $10,000. Now, the typical average even commission that the setter gets. Now remember, what did the setter do? He's not having this conversation and getting them over the line, or she's not having this. She's texting. She's texting them and getting them enrolled. Well, not even enrolled. He or she is just booking their appointments. They're booking their appointments. The sales closer's doing everything else. I'm doing the closing. Now, let's just say if Jerry over there booked an appointment on my calendar for me, I closed the deal. Now I'm going to get the 10%, 15%, 20%, and that's all great. But because Jerry booked that appointment on my calendar, which turned out to be a deal, and that deal was $10,000, Jerry is going to receive 5% of the entire deal. Now, what's 5% of $10,000, guys? If my maths is not correct or wrong, it's $500 for one conversation that led to a $10,000 close. He's picked up $500. That's just one conversation that he's just texted. At one point, you're gonna have 20, 30, 40, 50 conversations going, and you're gonna book these calls. Let's just say you booked 5 to 10 calls a day, and out of those 5 to 10 calls a day, 10 to 20% converted. That's anywhere, guys, anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a day on 5 to 10 appointments booked that turn into deals, maybe 1 or 2 deals. What if you just literally booked 10 calls and it was I don't know, something happened or whatever, and only 1 out of the 10, which is terrible by the way, 1 out of the 10 closed. Actually, 1 is a really bad example. Like, if anyone's closing at 10%, you need some work. You need to go back to the drawing board. Let's just talk 20%. If they're closing at a 20% ratio, that's 2 out of 10 closes. 2 out of 10 calls that are closed. And at $500 commission per close for the setter. Now remember, the setter is just booking the appointment. He's not doing the call. He's just answering some questions on the inbox, and bam, he's making 5% of the deal. Now let's just say 2 deals out of 10 appointments that are booked in one day. That's $1,000. What if only 1 call was booked? That's $500 a day. Most people are not even making $100 a day. Or let's just say they make it, this is your opportunity for per conversation, you can make $500. What if the deal was 20 grand and you got 5% of 20 grand? That's $1,000 for 1 close. I personally know people, because I've closed deals that are worth $50,000 and the setter made $2,500. There's actually a deal that I did last week, it was a 100 grand deal, and I believe it was an appointment setter set that call. Now, let's just say an appointment setter set that call. It was a 100 grand deal, 100 grand. And let's just say they only got 5% on it. What's 5% of 100 grand? 1 call, 1 conversation, 1 close. It was worth 100 grand and you got paid 5% off that. That's 5 grand. 1 conversation. This is the power of appointment setting, guys. You're not even talking. So let's just say you're an introvert. You don't like to talk to people. You don't want to take no sales calls. But can you text people? Can you answer a few questions? And can you just send them a link and they can just book the call and your job's done? And if that's a good call that you've booked and it turns itself into a deal, you've made 5% off it. That's appointment setting, guys. Because look, I really wanted to make this video and I wanted to keep it short, brief, simple, maybe go over it a couple of times because I need to go over things a couple of times for them to, really, for me to understand them. So look, guys, that's appointment setting. What if, and like, look, there's some people that do appointment setting, so they set their own calls and they take the calls as well. So they make the 5% on the set of setting the call, and they pick up the 10% of this deal. So they collect 15%. But I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying, look, if you're an introvert, if you love the idea of high ticket sales, you really love it, and you don't feel like you're ready or you have enough experience to do sales calls, these are the best sales calls, by the way, the best sales calls. But let's just say you don't feel like you're ready for those sales calls. How about start 1 step lower, which is probably 10 times better than your job anyway, answer a few DMs, book some calls, If those calls turn into deals and that deal is 10 grand, you made 5%, that's $500. What if you booked 10, 20 calls a day across a number of closes and you made 2, 3, 4 deals a day? That's sometimes $1,000, $2,000. And I'm just talking a 10K package. What if the package was higher? Now the package could be lower, 5 grand. I wouldn't say work on, like, look, you can work on a couple of grand offers. Those opportunities sometimes offer a base. They offer you the opportunity to make money on every call that you book, regardless if they buy or not. And they sometimes give you a commission if they buy as well. So there's so many options as well, guys. Look, there's something for everyone, but I wanted to make this quick video just so you can understand what appointment setting is, how it works, how you guys can take advantage of this. Now look, my next videos are going to be about how you can really find these roles, how you can give these companies what they're looking for, how you can stand out from the crowd. So keep in tune. Again, guys, please like and subscribe. All of this is free for you guys right now, and I look forward to making the next video. Love you all.